So my mind was definitely that I was going to cry when I get to the airport because of I was going to miss my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, everybody. But I almost cried at the airport. And the thing is, I did not cry because of I was going to miss them. I cried because of this reason. Hello, what's up? What's going on? You're welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you do not miss any one of my videos. My name is Essay, and you're welcome to Diary of a Naija Girl in Canada. All right, so you're welcome. Please support the channel. Leave a comment behind. I always like to hear your questions in case you have questions. So let's cut right through it. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my experience moving from Niger to Canada. Wow, I mean, when I think about everything, I most times I'm still it actually affected me when I got here because everything came as a rush. So I'm going to be sharing basically from the airport to Canada basically. So I'm not going to share about all the other experiences. But before I got to the airport that day, I was from that week that I knew I was going to travel. I was everything was in a rush. So I was basically scattered. So I was trying to fix this, fix that. The flight ticket booking, everything was that was not an issue for me. But I was trying to do a lot of things, trying to arrange my things that I got so preoccupied that I forgot to wait, and that's what affected me at the airport. So on that beautiful day, moving from the airport from my house, rather. So when I got home, my mom was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up! You're almost late for the airport. Checking in, everything like that." And I'm like, "Okay, mom, please don't stress me." So I really didn't even have a time to even say, "Okay, in my house, so goodbye, blah 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 blah." So my dad sent his friend to come and pick us up, and all that. So he was like, he would just, because of the hold up and everything, if you're from Lagos, you understand what I mean by hold up, we'll meet us at the airport directly. So when I got home, because I had an issue with my USD card. So Zenith Bank, oh God bless that bank, I don't want to say anything, they really stressed me out. So that morning, the day I was to travel, I had to go to Zenith Bank Annex on the island, and I had to go get my card, and they told me, girl, we don't have debit card for my dorm account. And I didn't know what to do. So they referred me somewhere. So everything was just in a hurry, hurry, hurry. While I was there, they were calling me my coronavirus test result. Also, I needed to take coronavirus test the previous day as well. So I went to somewhere like in Keja, GRA, to go take my coronavirus test. Then I was also hoping like the result will come out before I go to the airport because of the rush and everything like that. Only for me to, while I was still in the bank trying to sort out my card issues and getting the USD card ready, while I was there, I got an email from the airline I was supposed to use. So I used KLM. I'm not advertising for them, but I use KLM, and they're like, "You are required to take another coronavirus test." I'm like, "What?" I mean, after paying close to 50,000 naira, taking the first coronavirus test, like, you still have to take another coronavirus test again. I'm like, oh God. As in, you have to register, it's a mobile test take at the airport. All right, no problem now. You don't really pay tickets. You don't get any other choice. So after everything, after trying to get the card, I wasted time at Zenith Bank trying to get my US, because I cannot. There's no way I can be able to survive here without my USD card. So that's the only way I can be able to pay for my hotel based on quarantine. And yeah, for the quarantine, I had to sort that out. So I needed to book a hotel. I booked a hotel basically to stay for the 2 weeks of my quarantine. For the 14 days. I had to book for a very winter. It basically has more cheaper options when it comes to hotel compared to places like Toronto. So I had to book that as well, sort that out. But I just booked like to pay at the counter at the venue. So it was quite easier for me because I didn't need to pay immediately, and because of the whole card issue I was having. So when I collected the card, I left. So it was late already. So when I go home, my mom was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up." So I was I just had my bath. I didn't really have the time. I was almost just like, "Oh my god, hope I will not forget anything. Hope I won't forget anything." I just rushed. So the men, they were working in our house. We were actually building, so they were just helping me carry my bag. So most of them were like, "Ah, where is she going to?" My mom was like, "Don't worry, she just, you know how Nigerians come. She's just going to school. She's going to school." She didn't mention Canada, but you know now, you know, say Nigeria. So they carried it. So when I got to the airport, we parked. Next thing I needed to do was I needed to offload because I knew my load was overweight, and I booked economy, and economy you're just allowed to carry just two 23 kg bags plus your hand luggage. So we are now trying, I now said, okay, when I get to the airport we'll try to rearrange my things and try to, so after everything I was trying to rearrange, the load no longer come down. Like it was it was still, I still had to rearrange everything was still looking so bulky. I'm like, how do I go about this now? So at the end of the day, my friend that was those just said, okay, if there's anything maybe like normal clothes that you can easily buy in Canada, you don't need to carry, just have, like, you can drop it and everything like that. So I was just trying to, like, okay, let me see the ones I don't really need, like that, or like, but it was like, don't drop the food stuff, like and to be sincere with you, the food stuff helped me big time. My food stuff are still remaining there, from Nigeria. It still helped me big time when I got here, because here, not that I don't sell African food stuff, they do, but at least it will still help you out, when you're still getting settled. So it really helped me out. So I brought things like egusi, dry fish, crayfish, pepper, ogbono, what else again? Spices, Maggi, nuts, tin tomatoes. So all those other things, semo, granite oil, but you're not allowed to carry palm oil. So of course I didn't put palm oil in my luggages. So after everything, we tried to offload. Finally, we were able to put it into 2 boxes, and I went in to check in. Lo and behold, first thing is like, I need to go take another coronavirus test. See people complaining. When I go to airports, almost see airports, you know how international airports can be. If you've been to MMI before, you know how the crowded, like, the whole place can be. When I got to the airports, the first thing was to go take the coronavirus test. So people were just complaining, blah 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 blah. You are taking, so you have to, you don't have a choice. You don't pay for flight ticket now. It's not like it's something that you have to just do. When I got to the airport, all this stress, and they're not telling me when I went to enter together with my brother and my mom, they're telling me that only me is going to enter, and my loads were so heavy that I can't carry those loads on my own. I'm like, okay, the man was like, only me. Later, the man, I play with man. They don't normally allow, but I play with man, and finally allowed me and allowed my mom and my brother to enter inside. So after everything, we went to check in. The load was weighing. When I mean overweight, it was overweight, and they were asking to pay a huge amount of money for that load. We were just carrying the boxes. I was already getting freaking tired. From there, we never needed to do some. Please, if you have traveled out of the country, do all your computer work outside. No, that place is freaking expensive. To print out was freaking expensive. So after the whole thing, I was trying to offload, and a man came, God bless that man, wherever he is, came, was like, just, and that was when I got to the airport. I learned this. I saw people carrying sacks, not really sack, like Ghana must go, and because the box you're carrying has weight already. So if you add on that inside, it should just increase the weight. So the man was like, why don't you? I had those sacks. Someone actually recommended I get them. So I had those sacks. Then I actually offloaded most of the heavy things on the sack so that it can be able to weigh the whole thing. And I tried to remove some things, but at the end of the day, it was still overweight. And at that point, I was like, okay, there was no way I could pay for double, like for overweight for one load, you have to pay a certain amount of money. Overweight on that load, you have to pay. So it was becoming huge amount of money. And I was just trying to, remove. I was not removing most of my clothes. Like, you know, I left my Ankaras and my natives. Where I was like, I can get those one in Canada. I can get those one in Canada. I can get those one in Canada. So I removed a lot of things, and I'm like, I can get this ones. And it was paining me. It was really painful. So from there, I got there. Some of the well, I call them checking agents, were so mean. Like, if you're not ready, get out of here. Blah 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 blah. I was already tired. I was getting really stressed out mentally, and I was, you know, after I was trying to, I still went back again to weigh the load again to still be more than weighty. I didn't even know what to do. I was like, oh, but I should just close my eyes and, you know, pay for the whole thing and just go with the load like that. And you know, when I started hearing the story that if your load's overweight, sometimes they might, you know, throw it away and you may not see it again. I didn't want to risk all that, and I was trying to rearrange. So I was bending down and everything, like almost. I was just like, I almost cried at the airport. I was like, this is how stressful traveling is. I just thought of me, I was just checking and I would just get out. So after the whole thing, I finally was able to remove some of my things that I feel like I can get here and return them back home. And I feel, okay, definitely I can always get them back at home. It's my house. So I still paid for overload. That was just for one load, but that was, the money was a little bit less. It was lesser than the number one. So it was paining me as I was letting all those things go, because when I go here, I'm like, oh, I know carry any clothes go Canada because I left most of them. I needed to carry my food. That food was so important that, like, even if I want to drop anything, I would drop clothes, but I will not drop food stuff. So after the whole thing, I was able to cut check-in, carry the load. Almost carrying the load was freaking crazy. But when I finally checked in, I didn't even, it was to show you how that wasted time. We got to the airport by 3, my flight was by 11. As at 10 p.m, that was when I think I checked in by 9-10 p.m. So immediately I checked in, they were already calling my flights, and I've not yet passed the custom and all the rest parts of it. So I didn't even have time to even say to my family and, you know, hug my family and say, hey guys, bye bye, or maybe cry. I I didn't have that time at all. So immediately I just got there, I was just hurrying to meet up with the flight because they were already calling my flight number, the airline that's supposed to take off. So from there, we got past the custom, whatever, because I was trying to do this, not knowing that I forgot. When I got to the custom part, I forgot my shoes with my brother, and a bag containing my shoes, and you know the code, you know, in Nigeria, and I was wearing my ordinary slippers, you know, because of I knew that I was going to be stressed, so I didn't want to wear shoes that would be paining me. So you know the code that was going to be, so I had to call, like, where are you? So before I went and came back, they were already calling my flight, calling my number. So I was just hurrying, I was just running. I didn't even know. I didn't even know what I was doing anymore. I was just, you know, and the man was like, have you checked? I said, sir, I'm checking in. My but like KLM, blah, 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 blah. It's ready to check in. I don't know what all the language that they say. So my brother came, I told my brother, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. He was still catwalking. I was like, hurry up, hurry up. So once he gave me the shoe, see me, I was wearing like a mad woman. I was like, so after the whole thing, the custom officials, I was trying to check in. I was like, bring out your laptop, know the normal checking process and everything like that. And I was like, well, yeah, hurry up, pack all these things and go. So I was freaking scattered. I was just scattered. I was all over the place. So when I finally got in, I was almost like the last person to enter the flight. Thank God, say, plane, don't leave me, because it was after the whole checking thing, checking in my bag, I entered into the airline. Finally, I could relax. Like, so finally, I was able to get into the airplane, and I was able to relax myself. I was almost like, oh God, finally, because I was just so tired. I didn't even have time to even be like, say goodbye to my family. You know, I was just too tired. So thank God for people around me. So the girl that was beside me, you know, that was sitting beside me, she was like, don't worry, calm down, just relax. Only for her to see her boyfriend, she just left me this life. She just saw her boyfriend in the flight. So I was like, honey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And she left me and she went to go. So I was all alone on my seat, which was actually fun. But yes, I was talking with the other guy in front of me, basically. So we were from the same place in Nigeria. So we were just flowing. And yeah, the flight took off. So when the flight took off, which was an overnight flight, so we got to Netherlands, Amsterdam airport. That's actually the hub of KLM. So it was a very, I don't know what to put. It was actually an overnight flight where I was sleeping. I was actually sleeping most of it. And when the cold began to hit inside the airplane, oh my God. It's so amazing how the weather just changes. So I got to Amsterdam by 6 a.m. I can remember. So after the whole thing, man, getting to Amsterdam airport, just seeing the whole place, so quiet. You just see very few personnel compared to Nigeria that you have Gbogbo. It was so quiet and calm, man. Like just everything is machined, everything is operating and all that. So yeah, I'm like, okay, it's after that time, you know when there I my flight was now by 2, so I had to wait. I'm like, what will I be doing from now till 2 o'clock? So they did the coronavirus checking procedures and all that. So I got to where the next flight hub was. I just met a very nice woman who was her sons was basically in Canada. Her 3 children all in Canada, and she were just talking. We were just discussing. It got to a time I felt like sleeping. I was really tired of it. So we left from Amsterdam to Toronto. That was on that 8-hour flight, and I think that was when I noticed the weather changing, like because the time zone of the Netherlands was actually the same with Nigeria, but the one once from Netherlands to Toronto, of course, the time zone actually changed. So I got to Canada, and it was during winter, so almost from even from the airplane, everywhere was already like snow, 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 snow. So when we got to Canada, we got to Toronto International Airport. So you have the normal checks and everything. You machine check. They will scan your passport. You don't. Everything is automatic, and you're going to. It was everything. So it was beautiful. So from there, I got to the immigration. No, to first of all go through the coronavirus check-in place. Then got through to the immigration. Then he just asked me a few questions. Where are you going to be quarantining? What's your program? Did you like Canada? I mean, I was just like my teeth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was already really tired. Afterwards, he came out with my visa, and I say we, I left there. Then how did I go from there? Okay, from there I need to take another flight to Windsor. So you can see what. So my day was so tiring. So when I got there, I met some very nice guys. I was like, oh my god, you're just new here. Let's help you out. Although they were to collect some tips, sure. So the first thing I did was to change my US dollars into Canadian dollars, and I met some very nice guys. They actually helped me out with my loads. They took it to the next two for you to board on the next flight going to Air Canada to Windsor. So from there, I needed to check in again. So from one minute check it to one, check it to another, check it to another, check in again from Air Canada to for me to check in for Windsor. Almost I got lost for Toronto Airport too. I was confused. Like, okay, you have to go to Terminal 3. Sorry, no, I think where did I land? Okay, sorry, I landed in Terminal 3. I need to go to Terminal 1 because that's where the plane was going to take off to Windsor. So getting to Terminal 1, I was just overlost. I was just like, where will I see the flight going to this thing? So I was just moving around the airport. So I was just really lost. When I got here, my dad, everyone was trying to call me on WhatsApp, obviously, not so I didn't have a number right there. I just moved around. I was like, oh god, let me find someone at least. Let me just settle down at least. So immediately I was still moving around only for me to start hearing them calling the flight. I couldn't even find where the place was coming from, where the flights where I'm going to take the flight from. That is the checking in area and all that. So when I finally got there, they were already still boarding again. As in, I was never early in one boarding pass, and it was really, really like, oh, okay. After the whole thing, I actually took the flight going to Air Canada. From Air Canada, I landed in Windsor in the night. So I was so tired after the whole thing. Almost see the cold that blew me. As in, it didn't blow me. Look up like it blow my because I was freaking cold. And I called my friend Ugo, and I said, I'm cold. And I was like, yeah, sorry. Should be easy that I want to come to Canada. And I needed to book a taxi, and it was in the night, so I had to call the airport, the Windsor airport, to help me book a taxi. And the taxi man was not even too nice to me, and I was like, I was trying to like help me carry my load inside the taxi. I was like, no, you're just arriving, coronavirus, blah 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 blah. I'm like, my mind actually don't shake, but not shake, boy. So I later on, another person came to assist me to put my load in, and I checked into the hotel. So, funny enough, lucky for me, my dad was having difficulty paying into my dorm account, and I was able to sort that out. So I went to the hotel. Finally, I was being able to relax. I think everything was close to about 11 before I was able to settle down, like in the hotel. Before I was able to say, okay, let me go and have my bath and everything. I was just so tired. Like, tired is an understatement for everything. I was just so tired. For the food in the airplane, like, I just remember that now. From Nigeria to Netherlands, of course, they gave us jollof rice and all the rest. But from Netherlands to Toronto, they gave us one food like this. Me, I couldn't eat it too. As in, it was me. I cannot come and phone before I come and eat nothing. Like it was one. I don't know the name of the food. I think someone told me the name. I just forgot. Well, there was a white girl beside me, and she was like, "Tastes good." And I'm like, "Can you lay so?" So I just took the other snacks and tea and all of that stuff. But KLM it was really a wonderful flight taking KLM basically. So that was it. So when I got in, I settled down, and it was just a very very stressful journey. I just I just no, especially from the airport in Lagos, it that they really stressed me out a big time. But guys, that's just all about the wrap. So I wanted to take a video of everything, but because of the way I was everywhere the day I was going to Canada, like I didn't have the time. Where was the one time for me to taking video and all the rest? No, I didn't have the time. So that's why I'm just saying it as a story. So I hope you enjoyed my story. And if you, I would like to hear your own story. So what was your experience coming to Canada? What was it like? What was the most remarkable thing? Let me hear it from your comments below. All right. See you guys in my next video. Bye.